When will the community volunteers, clergy working on the front line, teachers and children prioritise for vaccines? Nadine, maybe I can come back to you. I think there's quite a few questions coming in about prioritisation, so it might be helpful to talk about the priorities and how the government's deciding that.
Absolutely. So the Joint Committee on Vaccination Immunisation look at all the evidence. So when they gave us the prioritization for this phase one, which is the 1 to 9. And if you remember, number one was residents of care homes, elderly residents of care homes and those who look after them. Number two is the over 80s and health and social care staff. Three is over 75s, and four was the over 70s and those who are clinically extremely vulnerable. And then we go down to 5 and 6, which is that big cohort of underlying health conditions that we've just been talking about, and then 7, 8, and 9. They looked at all the evidence, whether evidence around people who are through their work coming into much greater contact with other people and therefore at higher risk of infection, or BAME. And they fell very clearly on the side of the clearest evidence of risk of serious disease and hospitalization and death is linked to age, other than group 4 of the clinically extremely vulnerable, or 6, which is the underlying health conditions, 1664. So we followed exactly that advice from the JCVI. Now they've looked again at phase 2. So as we complete phase 1, what do we do next? We went and asked them the same question, and to look again at obviously people who could be on the front line that may be at higher risk. And the JCVI advice in the interim report has, even for the under 50s, has come back that age remains the single biggest factor determining mortality and hospitalization, and is therefore, I think, right to accept their advice to continue to prioritize by age, as this will protect the most people and have the biggest impact